Peace and wholeness, everyone. This is at Alien Black Girl underscore in the at Alien Black Girl YouTube page. You can follow me also on the Alien Black Girl podcast. I originally had a podcast. It was called the Black Librarian Podcast, but it has been renamed. Still same content. Everything else is just the name has changed to Alien Black Girl Podcast because that's who I am, the Alien Black Girl. Okay, so today, before I begin, I'm speaking on getting out of your head and why that's important in your spiritual work. I want to first start off by mentioning a class that I'm doing. It's going to begin February 4th. It's a one-time class. I will offer this. I'll say like once a month, but with this particular class, it is a candle magic virtual workshop. So it's $55, and I'll put the information in the link under in the chat or wherever. And if I can, I'll put it here, but it is the candle magic workshop course. And so with this, it's $55, and with this you'll learn about the different color associations, the different kinds of the candle magic history, affirmations, other herbs and things to use with your candle work, oils and things like that, anointing for your candle work, and different types of candles and all those things. So with that $55, you will also be purchasing not only access into the one-day course, which is about 2.5 hours. You will also get a small comprehensive candle magic virtual workshop kit so that you are able to do it hands-on, because it's a workshop. You have to work in this workshop. I'm not going to be the only one doing the work. You will be hands-on as well, so that way you'll be able to ask the questions and all those things, be able to take notes and do all those great things for your spiritual practice, because you will be walking away with an actual skill. So the last day to register for this is February 1st. That way it'll guarantee that you are able to get the candle magic kit so that you can work alongside me while I do all of these things and show you videos and all those things. And you will also have access to the instant replay of the candle magic workshop once you've purchased it. So it's unlimited, and you'll be able to have this resource so that you could develop and be more wise and conscious and intentional in your spiritual work and your candle magic work, because I like to use candles. Candles is one of the most simplest ways of getting things done. You don't have to do too much hoopla and all those things. And I'm a hoodoo practitioner too, so I use what I have at the house and use what I know. And so I think this will be a really great course for those who are really trying to get into their spirituality, their craft, and all those things, but just don't really know what to expect or how to do or where to begin. So this course, Candle Magic workshop, it's virtual again. It's $55, and it includes the kit that you can work alongside me with and ask your questions, and it's $55. Okay, so getting into it. Happy Gregorian calendar New Year. I have to say that because some of y'all are that way. I'm some of y'all sometimes, so it's okay. So happy Gregorian calendar New Year. I know a lot of us have a lot of things that we're trying to do and set forth, and now we have the energy, because if you guys don't know, October 30th, the 29th through January 12th was Mars in retrograde. So when we have this Mars in retrograde, it really causes for the energy to be stagnant. We really want to do these things of action. But what that Mars in retrograde is, our passions has a slowing down. It's a test of our will, our commitment of what it is that we want to do. It's a constant test. So it has a slowing down, feeling like molasses. Not contrastly, but in the same lane, when we enter the winter solstice is a time where we are hibernating, where we're gathering our materials and tools, so that we can launch when spring comes, the actual new year of the year. And so that's not until March. So it's a really good time for planning, executing, and things of that nature. And also concurrently, in about December 29th through the 18th of this month, or it could be this day. I think today is the 16th. 16 or 18th, the retrograde in Mercury ends too. So it's a good time to go ahead and start with those businesses. If you're anything like me, I do not really like to do new business, new relationships, or anything like that in Mercury in retrograde. Granted, there's always an exception, but it is a good idea because, especially Mercury in retrograde, all of our old feelings and our old things come up, and so a lot of us like to go back to our old booze or just think about those things, but we have to really consider, like, Why are these things reoccurring or reappearing in our life, these patterns, these feelings or emotions? What needs to be addressed? So the next Mercury in retrograde, we're dealing about other things and not the things that we should have been dead and gone and buried or made amends or been accountable for, or just addressing all those things. So yes, so we're really in a shifting mood astrologically, into a space where we can finally exhale. And so one of the things I do advise after we leave out of such heavy retrogrades such as Mars in retrograde and even Mercury, but specifically Mars, because it's been so long and the energy has been a pull down and a time for us to want to come into ourselves. Do a head cleanse. Cleanse your head properly with and I'll do a video about that too, but cleanse your head, cleanse your aura, cleanse your spirit so that you are able to have clear focus and the messages are clear coming from your ancestors, your divine guides, your the Most High, if you attune to them, or whoever, the universe, whoever you give your praise to. And if no one, just clear your head for your own peace of mind, so it's the clarity, so you're getting everybody's energy off of you. Okay, and that really goes into get out of your own head, because oftentimes we're in our own head trying to think about like the outcome of every probable thing before we actually move, and we don't do it, and we end up being stagnant. So the Mars and retrograde energy, we're back in direct with Mars, so it's now a good time to get out of your head, have faith in yourself. And I'm speaking to myself too, because I'm not going to tell you how long it took for me to do this one live, because I've been in my head, perception of, will this be received, or how long will the video, will I know what I'm talking about, all those things. And so when I live in my head too long, I start to build a cocoon, get a nice little bed there. If you've seen Big Mouth, it's kind of like the depression kitty, but it's like the complacency cat, you know what I'm saying, and the criticism cat, and all those things where we don't want to move forward because of the fears of the past. And so with that Mercury in retrograde in there, our past fears do come up. So it's really important that we call them out as they come. I have fear of being seen. I have fear of attention being on me, or I have fear of being wrong, or I have fear of being correct, or I have fear of getting out of my comfort zone because I don't know what's on the other side. These are the things we need to say out loud and voice them, and especially voice them to people that we care about, because if we are not doing that, then we will create a sickness within our own head of stagnation, of fear, and then we'll see other people doing what they're meant to be doing, their divine purpose, and then we may be like, well, that's not all that, or why are they doing that, or you start to judge or nitpick what they're doing. But guess what? They're doing something. They're getting out of their own head and getting out of your own way. And it's not to say not to trust your instinct, because we are in the mode where we have to trust our instincts, our first instinct, where we're not in the mode of, dang, I should have did this. You know what I'm saying? So trust your instinct and getting out of your own head are not this, and being in your head are not the same thing. Because oftentimes when we are in our own head, we are reciting things that have been adverse to us, or we are over criticizing ourselves, or we are just we're not really motivating ourselves inward, if we're so caught up in our head over a specific situation that we're trying to overcome. So it's best to be vulnerable. It's best to call out what it is that we are in our head about, and have that support system that you trust to be like, hey, stop worrying about those things. This is not what you need to be focused on. Get out of your own way and do. Which brings me to the next point. One of the best effective ways in order that we can get out of our own head is to actually do. If we have a plan or a vision of something that we're supposed to be doing, and we have the steps, and then we seem overwhelmed and we get in our head and then we don't start, it's because you haven't moved. You have to make the first move so that you can start to break down those fears, break down those barriers, and knock down that task list of the bigger vision and dream that you aspire for yourself and our goals. Because we're in the year of 2023 where all of the things that we said we're going to do, it's time to do it. It's time to put into action all the things that we say a community is supposed to be like, or our business, or how we should be toward one another. No more of these think pieces, and more of the action. Okay, it is our actions that give our words credibility, and not our actions that give our words credibility, because we are in an era of think pieces, even me talking right here. But this is the part of my ministry of getting out and speaking, instead of just, well, y'all crazy, or y'all just got this, or whatever it is that you choose. It is getting out of your head, getting out of your own way, really having those people around you that's saying, hey, you tripping or you bugging. And that's also being humble enough to be able to receive those criticisms and to be able to say, you know what? I could do better here. Okay. So getting out of your own head specifically requires you not to be lazy and being proactive and having that community of support. It could be 1 to 2 people that are there to help you be accountable for yourself. Now, this is not saying depend on others. No, 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 no. Because you don't want to be a burden. You don't want to be a barrier or a obstacle that someone else has to get over. You want to be able to carry your own weight, have that accountability, using that ebb and flow and the cycles of the moon to be able to bring in, assess, phase out, okay, for that new beginning. So in 2023, what are we going to do? We're going to get out of our own head. And one of the oils, essential oils that I love to use in order to do that, you put it on your hands and you rub it. Oregano. Oregano is a very awakening, clarity, I'm present oil. Okay. And you can put this in a spray. And you can just put the oil on your hand and put it under your nose, your temple, and all those things help you concentrate and focus, because this year we are not sitting by the sidelines while we dream about what we can do by watching others live their dreams, and while we're on social media and having people present to us a perfect package of a vision or evolution or evolving, not knowing that sometimes people don't show the ugly. Sometimes people don't show the snotting and the carrying on and the being stuck or the depression or the laziness or the fear or expressing, I'm afraid to be seen because I don't know how this is going to be received, those things. So when you're able to be honest with yourself, then you can be honest about where you are in your life so that you can get out of your head. A lot of times we are mulling over ideas because we need help, so reach out when you need that help, okay? So that's all I have again for you briefly. Please check out the Candle Magic Workshop course that is completely virtual. It's $55. Again, this workshop includes the Candle Magic Workshop Kit so you can work alongside me. And it also includes access to the video anytime you want them. And the last day for that is to register for that is February 1st in order to guarantee that you get your package, your kit, so that you can work alongside me, okay? So I leave you all with peace and wholeness. Please follow the podcast. It is now Alien Black Girl Podcast. You'll see a little green alien with a head wrap. You'll know when you see it, okay? And follow me on Instagram at alienblackgirl_, on Twitter at alienblackgirl_. And please go to the website alienblackgirl.com for any events, to book readings. I also do readings. Anything of that nature that you're interested in, or ask me a question, I am here for you. Blessed Monday on this day of Martin Luther King. That statue, we're gonna have to talk about that because that statue was not the move. The artist is a good artist, but neither here nor there. But yes, so peace and light to you all. Willing that you all have a great, amazing week moving forward, and get out of your own head, get out of your own way. Now is the time to have confidence in yourself. Now is the time to be bold in everything that you do. A good friend of mine said, when you're given the opportunity to shine, blind them, be brilliant. Peace and wholeness to you all. Peace, peace.